Wanted to talk to you today about four-way close voicings with tension substitutions. As you probably remember from Harmony 2, you can substitute a 9 or a flat 9 for the 1, 13 or flat 13 for the 5, and 11 or the sharp 11 usually for the 5. So this is how you might do this. If you have a chord progression like this, the first thing to do is write the four-way close voicings with the treble staff having a root, a third, a fifth, and a seventh. And for this one, it sounds like this. So, let's see. Okay, and I'm ending on a 2 chord. Obviously, the piece would probably continue from there. So I have a root, third, fifth, seventh of this chord. I have a root, third, fifth, seventh of this chord. A root, third, fifth, seventh of all this chords. So no tensions yet at all. But I've determined from the analysis here, we have a secondary dominant, we have a sub 5, we have a modal interchange chord, which we'll probably get to later in the semester, and we have a diatonic diminished chord, and the other ones are going to be diatonic chords. They're on the strong beats. As you know, these special chords usually come on the weaker harmonic stresses between the diatonic chords. Okay, so here are the chord scales that we would use for each one of these chords, and here are the tensions. So you might want to stop this video and check that out and just make sure you understand all those things that I've done here with the tensions. Okay, so we figured out the chord scale, we determined the available tensions. Now we're going to select a tension or a tension or tensions to use, and we're going to substitute 9 or flat 9 for the 1, 13 or flat 13 for the 5, 11 or sharp 11 for the 5. Okay, so what I've done here is I've got another version of this down here that I can mess around with and put some tensions in. Okay, so as you can see, I've chosen a tension for each chord here. Compared to these don't have any tensions. I put a tension number in parentheses here, so these are the ones that I'm going to choose to use. And to do this, I'm going to select this tool. And so if I'm going to use a 9, what do I need to do? I need to substitute the 9 for the 1. So let's find the 1. Here it is, the F. I'm moving it up to G. Now this chord has a 9th in it, okay? So I've substituted the 9 for the 1 here. All right, here's my next chord, and I want a flat 13. So I'm going to substitute flat 13 for the 5th, because it's right next to the 5th, so that'll make sense. All right, so let's go up to the 5th. A, C sharp, E is the 5th, and now I'm going to put my flat 13 in instead. So that's I'm putting my flat 13 in there, the F natural, okay? The third chord, we have a 9, so we're going to, instead of the 1, we're going to put the 9 in. So here's the root of the chord, D, F, A, C, so D is the root. I can move that up to the 9th here on E. All right, and over here, it's, I want a sharp 11. So I'm suggesting usually the sharp 11 will substitute for the 5th. So let's go down to the 5th of the chord, and it's F sharp. What's the sharp 11? Well, it would be E sharp. But let's check out the key that we're in at this point. We're in the key of F major, so doesn't it make sense to just use F natural instead? So I'm going to change this to an F natural. Actually, I need to figure out how to do that because it doesn't seem to want to do this. Let's see. There we go. All right, so now we have an F natural here. All right, so that's my sharp 11 on this chord. I'm going to go over to this chord, this B flat major 7. I'm going to put a 9 on there. So what do I want to do? I want to go to the root. There's the root, the B flat, and I'm going to put the 9 in instead. So instead of the B flat, I put the C in right here in the purple, and now I've got a 9th on that chord. All right, here's a B flat minor 7, and it takes an 11. We're going to substitute the 11 for the 5th. So let's go over to the 5th of the chord. What's the 5th? The 5th is the F. Let's put in the E flat. And so the E flat is the 11th on that chord. So it's a perfect fourth higher than the bass. So that is going to be our 11. Okay? And of course we could put 2 tensions on certain chords, the ones that have 2 available tensions. These are all the available tensions for these chords here from the chord scales. And so what I'm going to do is use the 9 for 1 and also the 13 for 5 substitution. So let's go first to the root here. The root is F. Let's use a G. And let's go to the 5th. And we're going to use a 13 there for that chord. Okay. Now, often the 13 is on is up at the top, and a lot of these tensions you'll see are up at the top, but some of them aren't. It just depends on what's best for the voicing. And 2 more to go. So the next one we have a flat 13. Okay, on a diminished chord, as you know, the chord tone is flat 5. So instead of the flat 5, we're going to use a flat 13 here. And so let's go up to the flat 5. That would be C. And what's the flat 13? D. D is a minor 6th above F sharp here. So that would be a flat 13 tension number. All right. And finally over here, we're going to go to the root and replace it with a 9. All right. And so now our progression is going to, I hope I can play this right because I haven't tried this, is going to sound like. And as you can see, it thinks I'm playing the voicing that I want to put in here, so I have to change this around. I'm going to do that right now. But as you can see, it's really easy to do tension substitutions here for our 4-way close voicing. So now each one of my 4-way close voicings has at least 1 tension or maybe 2, and we've used the same kind of technique for each one of these. Okay? All right. Thanks.